We will have some downtime so I can get some food. I can get something to eat. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Chinese Protoss player. We have the red Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, fighting back and forth in the ace match. It is a Firefly. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Chinese Zerg player, the blue Zerg, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he be the lone Zerg player in the close qualifier? It is a Silky. And if you're in the chat, predictions, they're open for this one game, this one match to win it all. Does it go the way of Firefly? Does it go the way of Silky? It's a hard one to call. Now, coming into this, Silky is a very aggressive player. He's very aggressive, very intense, and I would say that on a larger map, I favor the Protoss. I favor Firefly in the mid game and in the late game. Like that's where Firefly can thrive. When it comes to early game aggression, that is where Silky is. That's like where he is in his element in that early game aggression. Ling Floods, Bane Bust, Roach All-Ins. That is where Silky can pop off. Likewise, in longer games, we have seen Silky go Muta. We have seen him embrace Muta play from time to time, so that is going to be a viable option on Maganatha, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Silky. I know that, like, for the most part, I think of Silky as a very aggressive and borderline cheesy player, but I also know that he can play macro, he can play standard if he needs to. So we'll see where this leads us. Oh boy. So here we go. For the time being, a Firefly does pull away. Some sustenance, yes. I'll make some ramen, unironically. I'll boil some noodles, I'll make some ramen, I'll put an egg in it. Maybe 2. It's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be a big day. Maybe 2 eggs. At least 1. I can taste it already. The ramen. Till then, Stargate opener out of Firefly. So far, so good. Does open Stargate. Likewise, behind this, we have our Hatchcats pulled to a third base. So far, everything's looking normal. So far, everything's looking standard. Welcome one all to Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map of the map pool, longest rush distance by ground. Tis a big map. And we'll see where our players do take us. So we are moving out. Likewise, oracles are building up, actually banking up the oracles. Ooh, cheeky move here by Firefly. So the reason why you would want to wait and keep your first oracle at home is to make it look like you're opening up not Stargate, but you're opening up Twilight Council, and that does at times delay spores. But thankfully, okay, we have a spore in each base. Thankfully, Silky's playing safe. It's possible that already in this series, Firefly has done this. It's possible that he's already just banked up his oracles in the past and has tried to catch Silky off guard. This time, Silky playing safe, doesn't delay. Oracles then make their way across the map. They bust into the natural, they go for the queen. And the queen does take a lot of hits. The queen is going to go down. Massive pickoff. Gets queen. Heads into the main. Doesn't quite find any damage here. But so far, a strong start for the Protoss. As the queen has to be rebuilt. Meanwhile, Ling counterattacking across the map, going for the third. But there are 2 adepts. Adepts are in position. Lings, they try to catch out some probes. Likewise, can we set up a surround? Not quite. Silky trying to drag the army out into the open. Trying to bait the army out. Excellent. No. And we're going for the all-in. I mean, again, this does like have Silky written all over it. We did mention earlier that Silky is a very aggressive player. He thrives in aggression. Lings, they get across the map. They force that offensive warp in. Silky pushing forward. We're going for the Nidus all-in. A Ling Roach all-in with the Nidus Worm. Interesting. Overlord goes down. Silky does not get supply blocked. Roaches are still amassing. And he will soon go for it. Here we go, Overseer into the main. Oracles, they pick in. Oh, he doesn't see. Oh, I spoke too soon. He does confirm the Nidus. Now he's aware of what's going on, but he has seconds to react, seconds to respond. Trying to warp in. Nidus into the main. Lings towards the natural. They do get in. The Lings, they do flood in. Getting us around. So Blink is not yet done. One Stalker will fall. Nice wake up already. Gets a Stalker. Nidus does finish. And we're just rallying towards the third base. We have Lings at the natural, Roaches at the third, the main army here into the main. But alas, the main base should be defended against. Yeah, Silky won't find too much damage here, but remember, he does send towards the third base as well. And can he break through? So far, not really finding much damage. He does not get a Stalker. Goes back into the main. The Stasis did go up. Takes out the Oracle, not bad. Lost Transfuse. Key Source is alive. Stasis is about to run out. Silky's gaining ground. He's gaining ground, takes down more Stalkers as 7 probes do fall. And he's getting on top of the production. But again, still taking a long time to get damage done. Nice being controlled here by Firefly and more Nidus Worms. More setups. More Roaches on the way. But he does need to reinforce. Again, the Queen count is still very low and he's running out of Roaches. Where are the reinforcements? We need them. We need them. Oh my god. Queen goes down. Queen goes down. Lings, they're flooding in. And he's so close to breaking his opponent. There we go. A massive wave of reinforcements. This is what we needed. Roaches, they bust in. The group of Roaches on the left-hand side are being cleaned up. They're being cleaned up. Queens are pushing forward. There's more transfuse. Spines are on the way. He's morphing in a spine crawler in the main. Let's go. He's running out of steam, though. He's running out of Roaches. He's got to keep going. Got to keep making Roaches. Behind this, no injects. No injects back at home, so limited reinforcements here. Spine crawler is denied. He's making another spine. Depowers the Stargate. Depower some of the tech. Spine crawler once again, though. May finish. Do we have any transfuse? Not quite. Yeah, Silky's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. Again, he needs more reinforcements. He needs more Roaches. And he barely doesn't have enough. It's close, though. It's very close. Spine crawler, it goes down. Spine crawler goes down. There's too many Blink Stalkers. Shield battery, we do have the energy overcharge. And Firefly is holding. Firefly, he is holding on. Again, the lack of injects is killing our Zerg player here. Just now does inject. But it took a long time to inject. You can see the bank for Silky. Silky, he has a massive bank. And he did do some damage, but not enough. Firefly, he holds. Firefly does hold on. Now, Silky has been teching. True. Silky has been teching up. He's making use of those resources. We have the Hydra Den, Lurker Den, Hydra upgrades on the way. No infestation pits. But so far, teching nicely. And remember, there's no splash damage. There's no Colossus. There's no Storm. Hydras, they have a place in this game. They have a place in this game. Hydras, they can do well. Lings, they get across the map. They do get into the mineral line. They threaten. They do threaten the bases. Behind goodness, lurkers have arrived. Silky, tech-wise, he has a lead. And he's still trying to drone. He's still trying to saturate. I say that he hasn't actually made a drone in quite some time. But he's got his lunkers. Oh, clicks in. Gets one. One lurker goes down. Nice pick off out of Firefly. Again, he has a lot of micro potential with these stalkers. Rotates over. Picks off more tumors. More tumors going down. We just see it. Silky trying to keep up. Denies the fourth. How many lurkers? 8. 8 lurkers so far. Charge only just, not even halfway done. Silky can pull this off. Again, he has a big power spike here with these lurkers. These are lair tech. There's no hive. The lair tech lunkers. He can end the game. Ooh, brutal force fields. Force fields are brutal. Lings have to fall back. Sanchu's ready for another force field, another wave. And speaking of, force fields are thrown down. Lings have to pull away. Silky rotates. Does save the Lings. Silky rotating over. Charge is almost complete. Let's see, nice hold position micro here out of Firefly.
Our pylon is under attack.
Does hold position micro. We have more lurkers on the way. 8 more lurkers. Going to be 16 in total. But this time there's going to be charge. That's a lot of lunkers. Still keep pushing forward. He's leapfrogging. And now it's time. Now it's go time. Now getting within range of the army. Immortal production has begun. Silky has to be more assertive though. He has to push further. And there we go. Oh my god. As there are just so many lurkers in the back line. He needs to move in. There we go. Does commit. Yeah, we just see Silky commits in. And he just shuts down the Protoss army. Lurker spine shots going up. Zelsay Melter, just too many lurkers. 16 lurkers. That's more than enough. And Silky's doing it. He's breaking through. Firefly cannot touch his army. Keep going. Keep going, back. Pushing forward once again. Catching out an Immortal. Free Immortal. Immortal goes down, and Silky is here to represent Zerg. There will be one Zerg player in the closed qualifier. Let's go. I say that Immortal drop coming in. Nice control. Takes down one lurker. One lurker goes down. But again, Silky breaking through. Pushing in towards that natural. Firefly being so careful with those ults. Once again, hold position micro. I do feel like Silky has to be more assertive here. He has to be more aggressive. We gotta go in. As Firefly is being given more time. Silky tries just being so safe here. As there we go. He's finally pushing forward. Somewhat still out of range. And now pushing further in. Once again, Firefly has to dive on the army. And he breaks through some of the lurkers at least. Nice around, but still not enough. The lurkers, they hold their ground. I say that a good amount of lurkers did fall. But now pushing further in. Takes down the Immortal, takes down the Archons, the Stalkers as well. And that was the final stand of Firefly. GG gets called, and Silky, he will make it through. He will take the series 3-2, qualifying for the EWC Asia closed qualifier. GG. Whew. GG, well played. It went all the way to the ace match, went all the way down to the wire. But again, Silky with the Nidus all in into the main didn't kill Firefly, but did cripple him. And likewise, he was able to tech up into Hydras behind us. Not just that, but Firefly, because he was hyper fixated on defending, he was not teching. There was no storm, there was no immortal production, there was no follow-up, there was no charge either. It was purely Blink Stalker, so he had a hard time scaling up and keeping up with the Hydras and with the lurkers as well. Had a really hard time keeping up. There was that window where lurkers could break through, could overwhelm even lair tech lurkers. And Silky, he hit it. He hit that timing. GG, well played. GG well played. Congratulations here to Silky as it does qualify. Not just Silky, but congratulations to all qualifying players as we switch back over to our bracket. From the top, we had Lancer, aka Cyan. Lancer did make it through as the first player qualified. Nice. He qualifies over Jeshi. Actually, I can refresh the bracket. But yes, initially we had Lancer / Cyan. We had Nice qualifying through 3-0 over Jeshi. We had Silky barely 3-2 over Firefly. Very close, very clutch series. And then we had Lemon over Rex. GG. GG, well played. So we have Lemon, we have Silky, we have Lancer, we have Nice. 3 Protoss, 1 Zerg. We have a Terran player. Well, there were no Terran players in this. I mean, there were some Terrans. There was Oriana, there was XY, of course. We were missing a couple of players. There was no Kingslayer. There was no Kingslayer, for example. Effort hasn't competed in quite some time. But we'll see if we get some more Terran representation in the next qualifier. Otherwise, GG. GG, well played. Hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Hope you'll had a great time. Again, this is the first of many open qualifiers for the EWC. And we have plenty more on the horizon. Yeah, oh my god. Look at that schedule. Okay. From the top. For those that are curious, for those that are trying to keep up with our schedule here, I almost wish I could zoom in. So we're here on Wednesday. We're Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we just wrapped up with this morning we were live with the Pickasaur Cup. So we just wrapped up the Pickasaur Cup Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, we do have the EWC Asia qualifier we just wrapped up in the Wednesday evening. Then you can see there at midnight. So in a couple of hours, at midnight KST, that is going to be in that's going to be at 1 a.m. AEST. That's going to be in 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours time. We're going to be live with the May Mayhem. Now, as a reminder, that is going to be slightly clashing with the European EWC qualifiers. Because of that, we are going to be prioritizing the May Mayhem. And once we wrap up with the May Mayhem, we will switch over to the EU qualifiers. So that's the plan. We start with May Mayhem, then we end with the European qualifiers. That is going to be the plan here on the channel, at least currently, unless there are any changes in the schedule. Likewise, we do also have the EWC NA qualifier. That's going to be after the EU qualifier at 7 a.m. KST, followed by, in the evening, the second Asia qualifier. We're going to be all over that. That's going to be tomorrow in less than 24 hours, followed by the second European qualifier. This time we'll be there for the beginning of the EU, for the second EU qualifier. So we have the second EU Open Qualifier. We have the Americas qualifier after that. We have the Korean qualifier after that. Then we have the Asia closed qualifier, then more NA qualifiers, Korea qualifiers. You can see just a full week of qualifiers. It's very intense. Now, as you can see here, because there are so many qualifiers this week, no Tuna Cup. There's no Sparkling Tuna Cup this week. There is no MSO broadcast this week, and there's no Pondcast this week. Because there are just so many qualifiers, because there's just so much going on, it does mean that we did have to postpone or skip this week when it comes to our other events, our other broadcasts, as we are fixated and prioritizing EWC. So again, a lot of qualifiers here. So because of that, next week then we'll catch up with the Pondcast and with Tuna Cup and with everything else. Just this week we had to postpone our own matches because there's just so much EWC. It's so oppressive. Just so much Esports World Cup condensed in a handful of days. So yeah, it's a lot of StarCraft, a lot of EWC. Of course, it's going to be next week where we catch up on our regular events, and we'll be getting into that schedule next time. But for now, again, just make sure that I say make sure that you're free at some point, at any point during the week. Just tune into the CranKy Ducklings. We're going to be live. We're going to be casting some kind of StarCraft because there's just so much going on. And of course, as we always do, we cast everything. We cast more than any other channel out there. If you're out there, if you are tuning in maybe for the first time, consider following the CranKy Ducklings. Again, we do stream on a daily basis. As you can see here, we stream multiple times a day. We cast everything, all things StarCraft, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. We have the quantity and we have a little bit of the quality as well. So do consider following, whether it's here on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram. Join us on Discord as well. We do provide benefits, of course, to our subscribers with replay packs. I know that we're falling a little bit behind in that just because there's just been so much going on with DreamHack, with EWC, and with GSL. we'll be catching up. Speaking of, oh right, I was meant to say that we had to reschedule our GSL cast. GSL is this week, and we are going to be casting GSL via replays, but because of all these EWC matches, we cannot cast GSL live. So we cannot cast GSL this week. We're going to be catching up next week. So the GSL casts have been postponed and pushed back to next week instead. So okay, that's just a lot going on. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And again, we'll be back in 2.5 hours. I'm going to go get some food. I'm starving. I'm going to go get some food. Going to go get something to eat. And then we'll be back for some more qualifiers and for the May Mayhem as well. With that, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.